14 minutes. And the event is live. Alright. Let's hope this works. How you all doing? Long time no see. Finally got that 3090 by the way. So, you will start seeing videos again. That's probably actually really loud. What is the event about? The volume is mad. Yeah, let's go with that. Is that better? Yes, man. Caffey just like me. Always. I just got like 3 hours of sleep, so. How you doing, Toasty Pete? You just shit your fucking pants? Did I manage to get a next-gen console? No. I didn't bother getting one. I spent all my money on a 3090. Sorry if I'm blown out. I don't know what's up with my camera today. I am doing quite well. I'm really tired, as always. As typical with these Night City Wire events. Where can you find the link to this episode? It should be in the description. Should be the Twitch link. So if you want to watch their stream and not mine, feel free. Now the real question is, Silencer, did you manage to get a next-gen console? Are you lucky to get a RTX 3090? I'm lucky, but my wallet isn't. You weren't able to find my channel for like a week? What? Was it just because I wasn't uploading? Thanks, love your vids. Thank you, Julian. I'm glad you enjoy. Things are gonna be a little bit chill for the next like 10 minutes, just up until the event starts, and my coffee is kicked in. And hopefully we will have all the levels of audio fine this time. I'll make sure that you can actually hear the event right off the bat. Hope it's not delayed again. It won't be delayed again. The amount of things that have happened over the last like week or two, it's not gonna happen. I wouldn't say I'm looking fresh as fuck. This is what I look like after 3 hours of sleep. But thank you. You're playing on PC, but you don't have a 3090 or anything, so you hope it'll play well. What do you have? Cyberpunk 2077 should be actually really well optimized on PC. Is there going to be a Night City Wire episode 6? Possibly. It depends on how close they want the events to the actual release. What headphones do I have? I have the HyperCloud X2s, I believe they're called. Are you making a special video of the Xbox footage analysis? Yeah, I will be doing a full breakdown of it. I'm not going to do like a short video on it. And then I have all the other trailer analysis videos that were supposed to go, but I had to wait for the 3090. Discovered this channel because of Cyberpunk 2077, stayed because of dope content. Thank you. Thank you, Reese. Yeah, and then they announced that it was never actually in development. I did indeed see the console gameplay. It actually looks really good. I didn't watch the full thing because I have to watch it about 10,000 times for video purposes, but... Yeah, they were hyping up this event saying that this one was going to be big. But they were also saying that it's going to be a lot about music and everything, which a lot of people have said that they're not interested in. What's my favorite color of potato? Have to go with brown. Yeah, could you imagine that if they talked about DLC at this event? Soundtrack is definitely important. I just think a lot of people overlook it. Last Night Citywire was the best in your humble opinion? Yeah, I'd have to agree with you, Silencer. Yo, what's up, J-Wall? You want basic PS4 gameplay? Yeah, that would be nice. A lot of people want the basic current-gen console gameplay, which is understandable. That's going to be the worst looking of everything, but shouldn't be too much worse than, like, for example, the Xbox One X. You always got to think about it because their naming scheme. Xbox One X, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Xbox One S. Love your content. Thank you, Flower Boy. You found this channel because of my Fallout 4 content, if you remember correctly. Yeah, a lot of people actually did. Which, it's surprising that YouTube even delivers my videos in the sub box for those people, but... Which character path am I going for? I'm going for Nomad for the first time, and then Street Kid the next, and Corpo for the third. My voice is only extra deep right now because I just woke up. Is there actually going to be a Switch version, or were they just joking? I didn't see anywhere that they said there was going to be a Switch version, but... Hey, Philip. You did indeed say that you're going to be here. Congrats on the RTX 3090. Thank you. Daddy Pogger, I have arrived. Here, I should actually probably post... I don't know if it's linked. I don't like... I still, to this day, do not like YouTube's new live stream system. Let's hope we don't hear feedback there. Alright, let's quickly share this. Here we go. Oh, what was that? There we go. Quickly tweet that out. Close that. Alright. We're almost to the 5-minute mark. Can you give us an alright? Alright, what's going on, guys? Give me like that. King Phillips. Where have I been? I've been half dead. Primarily waiting for the 3090 because I don't know what was going on with my 1080 Ti, but it just could not keep up with anything. Do I think that they'll talk about the space station? Possibly. I think they're wanting to wait to talk about orbital air until post-launch. They want people to discover a lot of that stuff for themselves, but maybe. We've missed you. Are you going to stream your first playthrough? I don't know. It kind of depends on how things go. I won't know until closer to launch. Probably won't be my first playthrough. My first actual playthrough, but I will probably stream after the game launches. What have you played since you got your RTX 3090? I was testing out Watch Dogs Legion. That game runs like ass. I was testing out Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That game runs like ass. And then I tried out COD, which I haven't played regularly for a long time. I played a bit of Warzone. But I was trying Black Ops Cold War last night, and that game actually runs beautifully, believe it or not. I was running that game 4K ultra settings, fully maxed out with RTX on ultra, getting over 90 frames. Of course with DLSS on, but... Alright. Talk about the PKG leak. Basically what it is, the PKG leak is the package files for the PlayStation 4 USA version. The files scared a lot of people because it is technically the full game, but the files themselves are compressed or encrypted and cannot be decrypted without the key from Sony servers. So essentially the files are useless. And even if they were able, if jailbreakers were able to crack it, it still wouldn't matter because it wouldn't be able to run on the firmware that's available for jailbroken PS4s. So essentially you don't have to worry about the PKG files. Do I like Dark Souls? I've never played it, and I would probably have a very strong love-hate relationship with it, as I rage very easily. We're calling me chickenpox and smallpox now, nice. Ubisoft are getting worse and worse as the years go by. Yeah, they've gotten even worse after they took the Epic deal, especially on PC. They left Steam and now they just like don't care about optimization at all. Valhalla and Legion are ass in more than just performance. AC Valhalla seems like it's an okay game. Watch Dogs Legion, Do my deepest voice? That would probably result in a voice crack. What 4K monitor do I have? I think it's like the LG 27950B off the top of my head. You were playing The Witcher 3 on your phone? Was that like through the Xbox live stream? Or X Live or whatever it's called? Sounds like Ubi sucks at their job. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. The music is coming from White Bat Audio. It should be linked down in the description. It's the channel that I use for like all the music on my channel. Love your streams, my man. Thank you. I'm glad that you enjoy them. Where did you find the live? It's the twitch.tv/CD Projekt Red. It's linked down in the description. Alright, 50 more seconds. I'll mute this music as soon as it happens. Let's make sure that we're on a high quality setting. There we go. Try to quickly chug this. Are you a fan of DC or Marvel? I don't mind either. I think for the longest time DC kind of took a downward spiral. Marvel's just kind of like average, you know, brainless, still enjoyable movies, but all Marvel movies sort of feel the same, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. What about the Joker movie? I actually haven't watched it. Alright, here we go. Oh, let's see. Is this actually a massive event? What's in my cup? Coffee. Alright, so hopefully you can hear it.
Hello and welcome to Night City Wire Episode 5. The show from us at CD Projekt Red, where we talk about all things Cyberpunk 2077.
Raise my voice a bit.
And we're going to start today's episode with a new trailer that will take a closer look at Johnny Silverhand. before we go behind the scenes with Keanu Reeves and have a chat to English adaptation director Boris, who will tell us exactly what it was like to work with him. Then we'll be exploring the original score and talking about some of the radio stations you might listen to while driving around Night City. Before we take a look at the JALI technology, which is powering facial animation in Cyberpunk, and unveil a new My Reward scheme, which anyone can take part in, no matter which platform you'll be playing Cyberpunk on. We'll then wrap up today's episode with a brand new gameplay trailer. It's a busy episode,
I can already tell.
It will be our final episode of Night
just from
City
those
Wire
teaser
before
clips.
the game launches on December 10th. So, let's get going.
Let's get going indeed. Oh my god, I'm vibrating. I'm getting shipped. Johnny Silverhand.
Where'd you even come from? How are we even talking? Gotta get out of here, understand? And I'll kill anyone who gets in my way.
You weren't dreaming, V. Those were memories.
And stream terminated.
You two are connected in a way I can't make head or tail of.
Who? Me and who, Vic?
Silverhand. Johnny Silverhand. Real talk of the town back in my day.
He died, like, forever ago.
You need to say there's an actual terrorist in my head. Right now.
He'd burn down half the city
Classified
just
as a
to
terrorist,
right?
right?
And burn the other half just for fun.
What do you want from me? Destroy Arasaka. I don't even know what that means. Do whatever it takes to stop him, defeat him, gut him.
He already
Holy
tried to
shit.
take over your body.
Did you see that?
Just for a little while.
Hear me, asshole? A bullet to the fucking brain. Get out! Just get the fuck out!
Okay, that has to be a first-person cutscene. Throwing your gun at someone like that?
Tell me how to get rid of it.
You don't have much time left.
You're a dick, you know?
Holy shit.
And you're a cunt. Maybe we'll fit together after all.
Oh my god.
Sometimes we like to share things with you, and other times we like to keep secrets, and it can be worth it for that big reveal. Pretty sure nobody was expecting to see Keanu Reeves on stage at E3 2019. So let's go behind the scenes to see how Keanu Reeves brought rocker boy Johnny Silverhand to life. You could say it's breathtaking.
Cyberpunk 2077, Johnny Silverhand.
Oh, I love Keanu, dude.
I've had the opportunity to do voiceover a few times. I'd worked on a cartoon. I had done some documentaries. I'd never done this much.
You know you don't gotta speak out loud to talk to me. And I've processed some shit. Changed my mind. Don't want you dead anymore.
You know, and got to play a character in so many kind of different ways because of different paths or threads or choices. So you almost get to play one moment, say you have a decision.
Would you take a bullet for me?
With 3 different behavioral attitudes.
Yeah, you see,
so
he
that
seems
was
like
fun.
such a dickhead.
He's Johnny's either a dick, or he's happy, or he's trying to convince.
Know why? Because you've always been a fucking pussy.
So it's been fun, and that was kind of what I was interested in. You know, the different options that the game could play. You know, playing the same person, but with different versions of them.
Motion capture, baby. Johnny Silverhand.
So one of the first elements that I was involved in with the game was motion capture. I've done a fair bit of motion capture. I did it with in the Matrix films. So to start doing the motion capture for Johnny, it was all very
Behind the
familiar.
scenes for that movie is insane.
The only difference, I think, technologically was how close they were going to real-time review. But creatively, it was very familiar in the sense of starting a library of gesture and the toolbox, let's say, for the animators to work with for the character.
I love the behind the
So you
scenes
get
for
to
this
see
game.
Johnny as the rock star, You know, you hear about his military past, you know, and he's fighting for his survival. So he's kind of got all of these things leading into the moment of this guy. It's really a kind of an interpretation, because I think there's a Johnny Silverhand in all of us. He's got a lot of energy. He's got a good sense of humor, if not a little dark at times. He's very passionate. He cares. You know, he's kind of naive, but he's also super experienced in life. He's got certainly an appetite for life.
So funny.
No, you're wrong.
He wants to change the world, you know? But he has a cause that he wants to fight against the corpocracy.
Come on. Don't tell me you're not interested.
He's kind of looking for
The hammer.
different kind of freedom.
Corps have long controlled our lives, taken lots. And now they're after our souls.
At least I believed in something bigger.
At least I had a cause.
What CD Projekt Red has shared with me in the way that they talk about the game and what I've seen is that it's got a lot of freedom. There's so many different paths that you can play the game on. But it's not just quests of paths. It's like, who are you? How do you want to play the character?
If I gotta kill, I'll kill. If I need your body, I'll fucking take it.
You can go into action, you can go into mystery, you can problem solve in different ways. And where you go in this world, there's so much detail, there's so many different things that you can go off into that are really interesting and fun. There's a real drama to the game and emotional stakes to it. And then there's lighter sides to it. And of course the music, production design, technologically, how cutting edge it is. I don't think there'll be a game that looks like this. Yeah, it's intense.
I take the driver, you get his cyber.
Oh my god, dude. This is going to be... Is that Adam Smasher? Was that an actual combat clip with Adam Smasher?
Before we get into what it was like to actually work with Keanu Reeves, was it always him that you imagined as Johnny Silverhand? Was there anybody else that you ever considered having for the role?
Yeah, Holly, it was a long, arduous, extended process to imagine what Johnny Silverhand is supposed to look like, what he's supposed to sound like, what he's supposed to act like. Everybody and their great-grandmother seemed to have an idea. And the process actually involved a lot of people. The game director, character artists, writers, marketing staff. I could go on. You know, we cast a pretty broad net initially. We considered actors. We considered enlisting actual rock stars, you know, band frontmen to play the role. At one point, we even toyed with the idea of taking and reviving a recently deceased, longtime luminary of the recording industry. Now, some might say that it was a pipe dream to assume that we could do that technologically or otherwise. Well, I'll see you that pipe dream and raise you another, because one could easily say that it was a pipe dream to assume that we could successfully pitch to and ultimately enlist Keanu Reeves to play the role.
Now, I'm sure this is on everybody's mind right now, but what was it actually like to work with Keanu Reeves? Because even he said in the video, this was like nothing he'd ever done before.
A question that I'm sure anybody who gets to work with Keanu has to answer, and I get where it comes from. Keanu
This is the guy that voiced the 48-minute gameplay demo, right?
He's at work. He's completely and utterly focused. To that work, he brings his talent, he brings his art, his technical skill, and overwhelming charm. And yes, the scale and the complexity were and are dazzling. Non-linearities, the variation in attitude, mood, emotion that are required to achieve them, they can be difficult to get your head around. And if you take all of Johnny Silverhand's bits, you know, his screen time, it's like doing the equivalent of many, many feature film roles put together. And we covered all that in a handful of mocap sessions and under 24 VO recording sessions of 4 to 6 hours each. And that took focus, it took control, it took dedication, all of which Keanu provided in heaps.
So tell us a little bit more about the character of Johnny Silverhand and why he's important to the story, but also why it's important to have him played by like such a powerful personality.
Okay, how do I do this without spoiling too much for gamers? In the broadest sense, I'd say Johnny Silverhand is a co-protagonist of the game rather than a sidekick. I mean, there are buddy bits in the game, but in the end, Johnny has an agenda and he pursues it. And V has an agenda and has to pursue that. And to get things done, V and Johnny have to work together. Some of the things they do are V's and some of the things they do are Johnny's, and some of them are important to both of them. That bonds gamers, I think, to both characters. Both characters' agendas become equally important. Both characters' continued existence becomes equally important. For any gamer or viewer or reader, what you have to do is create that bond between them and the protagonist or protagonists. You have to make those characters understandable to them, likable to them, lovable to them.
Are we going to be able to have our body taken over at points?
Even when
Possibly,
they do something not entirely admirable or say something reprehensible, you stay committed, you stay involved, you stay
Enemies
bonded.
that you go against are
And
supposed
there's
to
no
have
denying
some of the same
casting
abilities that you do.
A powerful personality, somebody who exudes charm by the truckload, helps to further all that.
So Boris, can you tell us, like, what does Keanu bring to Johnny Silverhand?
What Keanu brings to Johnny Silverhand is nothing more and nothing less than Keanu. I could parse that into a string of adjectives, but I kind of think that would be borderline insulting because it wouldn't begin to do him justice. To anybody who's seen the applicable movies, Neo is Keanu, Keanu is Neo. John Wick is Keanu, Keanu is John Wick. John Constantine, Johnny Mnemonic, Jonathan Harker, Johnny Utah, they're all Keanu. And to anyone who will play Cyberpunk 2077, Johnny Silverhand will be Keanu. To my mind, at least, star power is a fact and an important factor for broad sections of the audience out there.
So can you give us more information about the process of motion capture, right? Because we saw you in the video, doing some of it, but really, how does it work?
I wish I could, Holly, but I'm really no mocap expert, and I can basically tell you what the day looked like, what the process looked like to me. To me, it was a fine day in LA, and I put on a wonky-looking bodysuit with globules all over it, and I put on the head cam, and then we proceeded to block and then play out scenes between V and Johnny, and we did it over and over and over again. As we did that, I must have poked Johnny in the chest hundreds of times, and I must have yelled "fuck off" at Johnny 35 times, well, I never expected to be doing any of that. No, I never imagined I'd be doing any of that.
Well, Boris, thank you so much for joining us. Your voice in the studio is quite iconic. So whenever I talk to you, I feel like I'm in a trailer. It's amazing.
It's not all that. It's not all that, Holly. Thank you.
Well, from Soviet-era synthesizers to body heat radio, it's time to explore the original score and just some of the radio stations you'll be listening to when you're driving around Night City.
All right, this will be a nice test to see they do indeed copyright or not. They said they wouldn't.
Score is the main vessel of emotions in both movies and video games, and Cyberpunk 2077 is no different.
It actually took us a long time to find the right color of the music.
Getting that sound together is almost as important as the actual look of the game itself, because the music is really helping you feel this emotional connection to the game.
Demonetized. Okay, this music is epic.
So one of the main ideas was to take the cyberpunk genre out of the 80s and give it a 90s flair. We took elements from rave, IDM, industrial, and make them fit our narrative purposes.
We've decided that close to 100% of our music would be purely electronic.
That's why we tried to stick to analog synths as much as possible, so it's got a warmth to it.
I'm super proud of the team we've managed to gather for this project.
For me, it was basically my own personal aesthetic matching the aesthetic of the game. When I read the brief, I was like, oh, this is going to be great. I can be myself. I can make music, and it comes from an honest place.
I love the fact that the music in this game is so varied. So we have some tracks that are super dirty, super heavy, and then we have some tracks that are very beautiful and ambient. I'm using all kinds of different effects. So it's been great to be able to experiment with the sound and the style.
It's my first time actually doing any drum tracking for a video game. It's been really exciting. It's been a lot of fun.
It's all about making you feel like a perfect killing machine, because that's what you are basically.
Well, I can do that all day long, so you'll just have to tell me what you like and what you don't like.
Cool, okay. It's not going to sound like one thing, depending on what part of the city you're in.
We basically scored every quest pretty much with custom assets created.
By the way, I love the loading screen and starting
we ended
menu
up
to be
having
nostalgic.
over 7.5 hours
I
of
never experienced
music
stuff.
in Cyberpunk.
Working on Cyberpunk.
Well, the thing about this game is there's not really going to be any load screens.
I can seriously say that I've never worked with such a bunch of mad people in my life, and mad brilliant.
It's going to be the initial load, and that's about it.
The gear that we use comes out of boutique shops, or they're vintage synthesizers like this Polyvox.
I really hope all this effort put into creating this score pays off with satisfying and enjoyable listening and gaming experience.
Oh, it will. You don't have to worry about that. It 100% will.
Hello, Night City. What's shaking, Night City? Good morning, Night City! Your man, Stan here. Ooh, I love this town. Love it like you might love a mother who popped you out on the steps of an orphanage once and now stops you to ask if you got a smoke for her. And now, a shout out to all the lowlifes over at the Atlantis. Ladies and gents, here's that all-time classic in Night City.
I swallow all my drugs so the penis unplugged when the laws are
Soundtrack is one of the key elements we use to build believable world. We've invited artists from around the world, incredible talents, incredible musicians, to write and produce songs.
She was just announced as a
the soundtrack for
Ripper
Cyberpunk
Doc.
is insane. So the soundtrack
Nina.
being all the songs that they've got going on, whether it's on the radio or on the background, all these just amazing bands.
We've got over 150 custom genre-bending
Might
tracks,
hyperventilate when
all
it
waiting
releases,
for you
yeah.
to discover them by yourselves.
You know, the reason I wanted to be a part of Cyberpunk is...
You have to go to school?
Well, basically, I know
Alright,
The Witcher
well, I
is
hope you have fun.
super sick. And then I actually got to play a preview of the game, which was fucking incredible.
I've always wanted to do something.
I'm sure it
connected to
was
video
fucking
games,
incredible.
So I was pretty excited when this came in, and it was like an instant yes.
I was kind of imagining what it would be like being a character in that game. The person that's a musician in this world and this time has grew up in that space.
This isn't just some fun shit. There's also an intellectual and spiritual history to this world that's been constructed for you, you know?
We want to
How long have I been covering Cyberpunk 2077? I started covering it more and more regularly ever since it was first shown off, like the first gameplay. So the 48-minute gameplay demo.
For those of you who can't wait to hear more from our composers, we're going to be releasing
So, like,
a special
2018?
6-track Cyberpunk 2077 EP featuring tracks from the game's original score onto streaming services for you to enjoy for free, and they'll be live at the end of this episode, so you can give them a listen later. In addition, if you're planning on live streaming Cyberpunk, or if you just want to make videos, we want to introduce you to a new mode that will allow you to disable certain copyrighted tracks. We know that for content creators, licensed music can sometimes be problematic. So with this new mode, you'll be able to disable
Give me that
a small
streamer
number
mode.
of selected tracks which could cause some issues, replacing them with a different song, helping to avoid any problems. If you're going to be live streaming from console, this will start automatically, but you can toggle it on and off in the options as needed. And for PC players, you'll be able to turn it on and off in the game options. Don't forget, as with all episodes of Night City Wire, if you're tuning in late or if you just want to watch anything again, we will be uploading everything to our channels soon. Now, from
Hypocrisy.
Polish to Chinese, When Cyberpunk launches, it will have VO in 10 different languages. So we're going to take a closer look at the JALI technology, which is ensuring each and every one is as authentic as possible.
So hi, my name is Sarah Watling. I am the CEO of JALI Research in Toronto, Ontario.
Yeah,
in this
I love
video,
JALI.
we're going to show you a
This
little
was so
bit
cool to
about
take a look at.
JALI, the software, and JALI in action within the world of Cyberpunk 2077.
Maintenant, tu vas répondre à mes questions honnêtement, sans détour.
Rayfield's mine. Скажи заплатить 2 раза, заплатишь 2 раза.
JALI is a suite of tools and a suite of services that result in what we think is the coolest and best and highest quality facial performance on characters.
Oh. Is that supposed to sound familiar?
It's automatically generated on a face based on audio dialogue, audio speech from a voice actor.
Slow, deep breaths. Your cortisol and adrenaline spike.
I hate that line now, dude. I've heard it so many times.
You're alive and well.
What JALI tries to do is it tries to get to the root of
Slow,
what is being
deep
expressed in the
breaths.
vocal performance and put that on a 3D character.
That's Rogue. Best fixer in all of Night City.
There is just an incredible amount of performance in this game.
Sure.
A procedural solution allows you to animate over and over and over again at tremendous scale. JALI is what powers every single character in the game of Cyberpunk 2077 in all of the languages that the game has been localized for.
Yeah, like this game's amount of dialogue would not have been possible to animate by hand or
All you're
to
doing is changing an attribute.
do like
For example,
full-blown motion
speech
capture.
style. If you wanted your character to
Like
shout instead of
facial,
mumble, instead of
facial
issuing a
motion
set of
capture,
commands
whatever it's
that
called.
redo
I
the
can't remember.
animation, instead you click an attribute going from, in this case, mumble to shout.
But you walk. You bleed, but you walk. You bleed, but you walk. You breathe.
If the lip sync is right, you don't notice. If the faces match and match the performance, you don't notice because you're too busy paying attention to how awesome the game is, how much you care about these characters, how much, what you're gonna do, and that's what we want. That to me is that's the sizzle.
Don't you know you owe the sheriff a word when you pay his town a visit? To tell him what's brought you here. Maybe even over a cup of coffee.
Now we're excited to reveal digital and in-game rewards for Cyberpunk 2077. It's our way of saying thank you for your support. Now, every copy of the game comes with digital downloadable goodies such as the art book, the original score, and a digital comic, all from the Cyberpunk universe. But there's more. You can also claim in-game items for Cyberpunk 2077. For example, you could be rocking the Wolf School jacket for simply connecting the game to your GOG account. And if you have other CD Projekt Red games, such as The Witcher or Gwent, you can get even more. And it works both ways. If you connect the game to your GOG account, you can also unlock special in-game items for Gwent, the Witcher card game, such as the samurai-inspired card and coin back, and the breathtaking title. Now, this new My Reward program is for everybody. No matter which platform you're playing Cyberpunk on, you'll be able to get your digital goodies and in-game items. Now, this is just the beginning, and there'll be more items
Sweet.
coming in the future, and we'll have more information on My Rewards soon. As always, don't forget that if you've missed anything or if you just want to watch again, we will be uploading everything to our channels soon.
Not
so before
soon
we take
already.
a look at that new gameplay trailer, we just want to reveal that a number of games media from all over the world have been playing Cyberpunk 2077, and you'll be able to read their latest impressions when this episode of Night City Wire finishes, so you can go and check them out. So now, let's wrap up this episode and take a look at that brand new gameplay trailer.
All right, here we go.
They got a lock on us. Engine's been hit.
Get us out of here.
I'm losing control.
Brand new gameplay trailer.
At CD Projekt Red, we dedicate ourselves to telling immersive stories. Yet with every new project, we set out to make our games bigger, More
Underwater
complex,
exploration
deeply engaging.
confirmed. Nice.
Let's get you home.
You'll love to see
Cyberpunk
it.
2077 marries exploration of a vast open world with kinetic combat, story-changing player choices, and robust character development.
Character
all
creation,
to
a
bring
better
you
look
into
at it.
our
Nice.
vision of the dark future.
You ever
It's a
feel like
very
the
small
city
glimpse.
doesn't give you a choice?
These are all the clips from
You either
the
burn alive in it, or you never existed at all.
recent gameplay.
The year
that was
is
shown, I think, on
2077.
German TV.
An economic crisis culminating in nuclear conflict has left America in pieces. With most of the continent degenerating into lawless war zones, people from all over have converged on the already overcrowded Night City, one of the world's last great megalopolises. A hub amassing the best in resources and know-how, and home to manufacturers of cutting-edge technologies,
God.
Night City continues to offer the
cracks,
promise
US
of a
cracks.
civilized future.
What? No, this isn't happening.
Oh, but it is.
But in the city's streets, a merciless struggle for power rages. Gangs, corporate agents, hustlers, religious cultists, politicians, and all manner of criminals strive to outplay one another. Ordinary people get caught in the crossfire.
Looking for justice. In Night City. I seek revenge. Much more feasible here.
In this world, consumed by never-ending conflict, sometimes only an outsider will get the job done.
Elizabeth tells me you have answers for us. I'm all ears.
And that's you, an urban mercenary, a cyber-enhanced gun for hire.
You seem to understand each other. Take this, too.
As a mercenary, you swear no allegiance. You've chosen the outlaw life and trust that your abilities will
Jackie.
carry you up Night City's ruthless, underground social ladder.
Heart of Night City. That's it right there.
To thrive as a merc, you need the right combination of gear, skills, and reputation.
Dex had a load to say
Are they going
about
to show us any of the skills?
I hope he wasn't overselling.
With the money you earn, you can turn yourself into a living
Hey, there we
weapon,
go.
buying guns and enhancements in the hundreds.
In the hundreds.
As you roam the city's streets, you gain the
Yes.
experience you need to
This is
upgrade
what I wanted to
abilities
see.
and acquire perks. Combine the right skills and gear to create a gunslinger with inhuman reflexes.
Oh, that revolver.
A stealthy netrunner with command of all surrounding tech. Or practically anyone in between. In Cyberpunk 2077,
Finally,
you
dude.
steal a prototype biochip that can set you up for life.
Being filthy rich.
When its sealed container is ruptured, the only way to prevent the biochip from failing is to slot it into your head. It turns out it contains the digitized soul of Johnny Silverhand, a dead rocker boy with violence on his mind.
You mean to say there's an actual terrorist in my head, right now?
He's out for revenge. Aims to bring down the megacorp that made the chip.
Do whatever it takes to stop him, defeat him, gut him.
What is in your head can shift the balance of power in Night City. The high and mighty will do anything to lay their hands on it.
Oh my god.
End you someday.
The choices you make will shape your story and determine how events unfold.
V, you gotta take him down. That's why we're here.
But not everything in Night City
Rain
is a matter
dance.
of life and death. Sometimes it's about style, choosing your look,
Ooh.
your ride, your pastime, who's at your side. Choosing how you spend your dirty
People
money.
are going to like that one. Dude.
Welcome to the next generation of open world adventure. Immerse yourself in Cyberpunk 2077.
The fucking roller coaster. Let's go. That naked guy again, crying face. It's gonna be great. This video is either unavailable or not supported in this browser. Nice. You had to take your pants off? Pogsy, I love you. Love you too, Tidiest Piano. I think that's it. Unless it just crashed. I think they just straight up ended it. Wow. Did it actually crash?
Something's not right.
Fucking YouTube ad, dude. Or Twitch ad.
What it is. You have picked a very fun time to be part of the game.
You still got those
I swear to God, dude, if it was still going, that's the end? Okay, thank you. Someone secured it. Alright. That stressed me out, dude. Well, that end trailer was actually really good. Alexander says they told too much in that trailer. No, not really. They kind of just told us everything that we already knew. If you know about the lore and everything, you know about all that stuff happening, for the most part. They definitely did show us a lot. We definitely know a lot more about the game than we did before. You're going back to Valhalla? I would like to know how you run it. You can swim naked. Yeah, seeing that underwater gameplay was pretty cool. This is going to be a hell of a breakdown, my man. Yep. It is indeed. Yeah, it ended way too abruptly. You need an analysis? I will work on it. I will actually try to get this one out within the next 24 hours. Seeing as I will actually be able to edit it. No, I'm not gonna rush it. If it takes longer than 24 hours, it takes longer than 24 hours. But I'm just saying, I'm going to try to work on it as fast as possible. What I mean is put as much hours into it as I can in the next 24 hours. Am I going to do an Xbox breakdown too? Yep, I am. I'm gonna do a breakdown of the new Xbox gameplay. I still have to do... I'm gonna do this event first, just because I need to put this in priority so that I can get at least one breakdown out within a timely manner. And then I'll do the Xbox gameplay, and then I'll do the 3 trailers that I have still yet to release my analysis on. Yo, Poxy, do you think the wire arms are still in the game? You mean the mono wire? If that's what you're talking about, yeah, the mono wire is still in the game. It was actually shown off in the Tools of Destruction trailer. Adam Smasher looks like an absolute beast. I'd like to know how V gets out of that situation. You've been playing SnowRunner on your Xbox One X on the screen next to your PC monitor? Yeah, so I'm going to do the trailer analysis for this. I don't know if there's technically 2 separate trailers. If there is, I will separate them. This is a little bit too hardcore music here. A little bit too hardcore. I'm gonna do a PS4 breakdown for Cyberpunk. That's what you're interested in? We don't have anything for PS4 quite yet. Yeah, there were a lot of quick scenes in those trailers. I'll actually go... Let's go to the Cyberpunk YouTube channel. You think that's... Yeah, that's actually a good point. It might even show in the clip. Might even see, Johnny's arm. Yeah, now that you pointed out, Adam Smasher clip is probably most definitely He also kind of looked different in that clip from when we saw him in the previous trailer. I think my camera just shut off. Well, my camera just died on me. You gotta go? Alright, well, thanks for dropping by, Tidiest Piano. I'm gonna go ahead and download these trailers and get working on the analysis. I'll try to get it out as fast as possible. I can't guarantee how fast it'll be, but I'll work on it pretty much until it's done. I'll at least get the analysis part out of the way as fast as possible. But if you guys do want to know an idea of when it's coming out, just follow me on Twitter. I'll make sure I don't tweet about it unless I know for certain when it's coming out. Because I've made the mistake a couple times of saying a video is going to come out on a certain day, and then things happen, and it doesn't happen. So I'll avoid doing that. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this Night City Wire event. It was a little less, more montagey and less epic than we saw in the past. So I think some people are definitely going to point that out. But yeah, that is it for this. I'm going to hopefully get a video today. The video that was supposed to go out 2 days ago. I have to cut a bunch of the information out of it because a lot of it was Night City Wire Episode 5 related. But now that we got the 3090, videos will hopefully be going out at least every second day. Instead of, you know, every week or so. But yeah. Thank you all for dropping by. I hope you guys are hyped for Cyberpunk 2077 still, or at least excited. And let's hope the delays were worth it. It's looking like that will be the case. And okay, well, I got time before we go. But yeah, anyways, guys, if you have not already, be sure to subscribe if you're not already. I feel like most people in my streams are already subscribed. But if you want to stay up to date on the latest of Cyberpunk 2077, super in-depth trailer analysis videos are coming. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys very, very soon. And until next time, this is Epoxy, signing off.